Welcome back to Apex Alchemy. Today in front of you we have a Jed Hornbeak Shortrib. It's in CPM D2. The asking price is $400. You can reach Jed Hornbeak at jedhornbeak@gmail.com. He's on Instagram as well. Not very active on Facebook. All right, man. The Shortrib is like
this is a nice one. It was one like I contemplated between.
Yeah.
Whenever I got the Hanzaki.
Very cool knife, man. It feels really balanced in hand. It's more of a traditional style blade. You know, excellent jimping on the spine here. I got the spine tapers. Probably could be a double edge. You know, if you wanted it to be. It's got a nice start to that. Super sharp. Nice choil.
Did he have any more of this one? Or is this the only one he had?
He had the one that he sent to Choir Boys, or he either sent it to Choir Boys or he sent it to Joe, which, you know, like kind of hand in hand, one and the same type thing. But we're not going to use the knife because it's brand new, you know, and we don't want to mess it up. It is part of his catalog. It is for sale. It's one of his more popular designs. For good reason, man. Nice lanyard hole. The G10, he's got G10 scales. He also has G10 pins.
It's all seamless.
It's very seamless. You can't when you're running your hand across the metal and the G10, the only giveaway there is that you're changing contacts and textures is the temperature of the metal. You know, it's slightly colder to
and this
touch.
is something I just noticed while you had it sideways, but see if I can get it to pick up on the camera. Leave that black for a second. But the contouring in through here, like it's thicker and then thins out where those other fingers are gonna be. Like it
fits perfect in hand, man.
It does.
It's he really doesn't, you know, like spare any. I want to say spare expense, but he doesn't sacrifice any
quality.
Yeah, like there's nothing sacrificed here. It's nothing like when he gets done with the knife. It's like sometimes you just learn to deal with stuff, you know, and you're like, okay, well, you know, it's almost a good knife.
It's really hard to find any hot spots in his stuff.
There's no hot spots except for the spots that needs to be hot. CPM D2, he works well with this. The heat treat, he was explaining to us about what was going on. You got questions about that? Ask him directly. He can explain it a lot better than I can. But like if we get up close and look at this mill, you know, this not milling, whatever
texturing.
Texturing is a good word for it. If we look at the G10, everything's just so smooth. Everything is just,
and this shape right here and the reflection almost matches what's
going on there. Yeah,
like that's kind of neat.
the pattern is very fluid in design, and I don't know, man. I think this is probably one of my favorite ones that I've actually held in my hand. I do like the Constrictor. Is one of his models that he has out that I think I did my first video on one of his knives with the Constrictor.
Yeah.
It was a short video. I no longer have it in my possession. We went with the Hanzaki, but the Constrictor or the Shortrib will definitely be the next pickup. You know, like as far as I'm concerned, I think this is a no bullshit knife, man. You know, like it's gonna be there. Like it's comfortable. It's comfortable in every grip too.
And I think I probably pulled this thing in and out of the sheath a dozen times before I left with the Hanzaki. Like I just kept coming back to this one, pulling it out.
Yeah, it's definitely my color scheme, man. I love black and red. Before we go too much deeper into the knife, I mean, let's check out this sheath. It's black leather. And this is gonna be like a probably an 8 ounce. I'm assuming it's an 8 ounce. It feels just as thick as the antler, a hunter. it's full grain black leather. It's got red stitching. It's got. Do you remember what the name of that is? The
Plumble? No.
You know, I was thinking something very similar to that too. It's got like I can't remember what the name of the piece that they put in. He uses in between the main piece of leather when it folds over to protect the stitching. But
I know it's not pummel, but that's like what keeps coming to my head.
Yeah, it's something like that. Very smooth. Very like there's no rough areas or anything in the sheath. This is an easy. Sometimes when people are looking at the prices of knives, they're like, oh, that's fairly expensive, and I get it, But like I'll make the same argument for this knife as I did the Antler Hunter. When you look at that, Antler Hunter, and you see a $300 price tag for this, there's a couple $100 in that sheath. I'm not saying it took them a couple $100 to make the sheath. What I'm saying is, like, if
compared
you was
to other sheath makers,
if
that
you
would
was
be a couple $100.
get this made from a sheath maker, a leather worker of some sort, it'd probably be a couple $100. It just and it doesn't have as much going on with this sheath as it does that one, but I would say this is probably still $150 sheath at the end of the day.
And as always, it matches the colors of the knife.
As always, he's matched it up perfectly. He's very picky when it comes to the threads that he uses and stuff. He wants to make sure that the colors don't clash. The knife fits in the sheath very well. Can't shake it out or anything. It's like it's one of the you can't do that with the Antler Hunter either. But the Antler Hunter's got that curvature that would probably help keep it secure. But and
another thing about his sheaths that I do recall him talking to us about is the inside of them. They're oiled and then beeswaxed.
Yeah.
To protect from mold and mildew and stuff that can get inside leather sheaths.
Right. It doesn't exactly proof it, but it helps. So if you keep your knife in your sheath in humid, wet environments, it will help to keep the corrosion down on your blade with the inside treatments that he's done with his sheaths. I love it, man. What else is there to say though? What kind of information can we give them? Let's talk about some length. Move this camera up a little bit. We got some new tripods on the way. So it's going to be a 9-inch knife overall. Let's break this dude out.
Yep, 9 inches.
9 inches overall. Check out that blade.
About
4.5 inches to the ricasso. Going to be just short. Yeah, just short of 4.
On the cutting edge.
No, the cutting edge will just short, like 3 7/8, 3 15/16, somewhere in that neighborhood. But the blade length is right at 4.5. Yeah, it's 4 7/8. 3 7/8. Sorry. Handle length right at 4.5. Let's check out the baby, can you grab that scale?
Yeah.
22-minute video on that Antler Hunter, and I never touched base on the scale. So you got 0.17 inches on that blade stock, 0.19. Let's go back here. Yeah, 0.17. I'm sure that's thinned down a little bit on the blade than it is on the handle. But 0.17, what is that? 11/64. 11/64 of an inch. And that will be right there in that 3/16.
Range.
Yeah. It's 4.53 millimeters. The height of the blade behind the harpoon is 32.23 millimeters, or 1.26 inches. The height of the blade at the tallest point,
1.4.
1.4. 1.4 inches. That thing's not zeroing out very well. Need a real pair of calipers, micrometers. There we go, we got that out of the reflection. Zero that out. It's gonna be 6.1 ounces.
8 grams.
172 grams with the sheath. 295 grams. And 10.4 ounces. The knife's comfortable on your side. You know, like I did try it on. I haven't carried it outside and used it or anything. I'm not going to do that, but it's comfortable on the belt. Can't get that thing to turn off. We need a bunch of new stuff, don't we? It is set up for right hand carry only, tip down. So it's not really set up for scout or anything like that. But you know, this dude, if you order one of these from him, you know, if you happen to get in touch with him at jedhornbeak@gmail.com or Instagram at jedhornbeak, then you know, like you tell him what kind of sheath you like, you know, and I'm sure he'd be happy to oblige. He loves making sheaths, and he was showing me all kinds of tools and stuff he works with this sheath making. I'm just extremely impressed overall with his setup. Comfortable knives, man. Just no frills, no bullshits. You know, like it's just.
He's a maker that I just about challenge somebody to try to find a hot spot on them. Like
the fit and finish for a fixed blade is, oh my god. You know, like, and I don't want to beat up anybody. I know this was a one-off. It was a second as well, and it does get plenty of use. But like, this is a Vanger. And it's still dirty. Maybe even starting to rust. So like it's not a knife that stays in the safe or anything. This is a Vanger knife. What? Oh, this is 1095. This was 1095 still. So this is his version of the tracker. He only made one. He made it for a buddy of his. Buddy didn't pick it up. Couldn't pick it up. Something like that. It ended up on his website. But like, you want to talk about like hot spots? Like these corners that'll rip your hands up, but in practice,
yeah.
Then like it needs to be cleaned up pretty bad. This knife was pretty cheap. I want to say it was like $75 or $80, something like that.
Yeah.
But you know,
it's easy to find hot spots on just about any knife.
It is
picked up, but. Honestly, Jed Hornbeak's, I have yet to find a hot spot yet.
No, they're all smooth. Like this guy's, he's paying attention to what he's doing for sure. And I'm not saying Vanger's not. I'm not trying to beat anybody up. I'm just saying, you know, like this is a parameter that's obviously more important to Jed Hornbeak than it is some of your other makers. And I do enjoy the Vanger knives, but that's not something, you know, like. You're not going to have to do any of that, you know, like shaping or cleaning up on any of his knives. All of his knives are extremely, there's a lot of attention to detail when it comes to ergonomics, comfort, usability, fit and finish. It's just, I would challenge, you know, I'd put one of his knives up against anybody's knives. You know, like anything, you pick it. I would put it up against it.
Yeah.
Price range not even
an issue, or a limit.
Yeah, not a limitation on the price range. Find me a better built knife.
Yep.
Because I'm having trouble. You know, and I'm, like I said, I'm not here to beat anybody up. You know, it's just like
but
the
credit
attention.
where credit is due.
Credit where credit's due. Yeah, there we go. And this guy definitely deserves it. So, thank you, Mr. Jed Hornbeak, for loaning this to us so we could check it out. And hopefully we'll make one of these short ribs ours in the very near future. Maybe even this one if it don't sell before that. If it does, good for Jed. We can pick up another one. But if not, that one may actually end up in the collection really soon. Appreciate all the time you spend with us. Thanks for enduring another long video. There's not going to be a Jed Hornbeak video that's going to be short. It's just not going to be that way. So we're very appreciative of you sticking around. If you like the content, please consider subscribing.
Hit the like button, please.
If you hit the like button, that'd be awesome too. And we will catch you on the flip side.